are post-translational. In other words, after the protein is made. And part of this you already know all about. Or you will know all about it, actually, because we did cells already. So you already know all about cells and what they do. And now we're talking about modification or degradation. Those are actually two different points, but I had no more room in the slide and didn't want to make a slide with one. So modification is one, post-translational regulation, and degradation is the other. Modification is the norm. Because what did we say happens to a protein when it comes off the ribosome? Very few proteins are produced at the ribosome and go out and do a job.
From the Golgi or the
Yeah,
thing and get
Golgi is one. They go to the rough ER and get modified. They go to the Golgi and get further modified. Modification is the norm. It's making changes to the protein before it goes live and does stuff. That's almost the norm. But degradation is another strange thing. Because there are some organisms that not only transcribe into messenger RNA, but then translate that messenger RNA into a protein and then destroy the protein before it does it. So they're not, this isn't wasteful enough, they're extra wasteful. But the good thing for you is the explanation's the same. Why do we suppose this is happening? What explanation do we give for protein degradation?
Evolution.
Secondary evolutionary events. And again, it follows the same logic. At some point, there was a mutation that caused organisms, and we're assuming at that point it was when they were still talking about everything on the planet was just single cells. Most of the really cool stuff that happened in evolution happened when the whole world was just single cells. That's where all the real revolutionary stuff did. We think it's cool that we have flying things and crawling things and slithering things. That's all little changes around the edges. When it was cellular, we had completely different ways of doing respiration, completely different ways of doing photosynthesis, completely different ways of existing. That's when all the really neat stuff happened. The whole world is the way we know it because everything else is dead. So that leads us to that. Any questions about levels of regulation? It's a good place for our break. Make sure you stretch your legs, get your brains ready to go, because we have to deal with operons when you come back. Operons are not hard, but they are complex.